It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Stafford going to throw from the outset. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The end result, 21 yards. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And this is caught at the end. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Puka Nacua, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try to get us ahead and try to keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
7 yards there and a first down. The Saints at 5-4 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Byron Young make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets it go deep for Olave. It's caught inside the 25. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. territory.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And the Saints are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond, as you just noted.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. He'll try again. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. A point after, good by Groupie. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoff? All right, open, complete. Touchdown, LA. Puka Nacua. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
The partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Rams, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
You talk about this Rams defense. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge him? This is going to be fun.
And he is going to have a Saints first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. A first down carry now for Miller. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He will push his way down to about the 14.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. And the first play will be a field goal try. This a 31-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is. But that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 48 yards.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
Stafford. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Throwing a Stafford. And he's got it. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now. And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound touchdown. Make that now 3 first-half touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford.
And the Rams had 6 to their lead.
Point after here coming up. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Next to score, 21, Saints 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look for these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
From the 48-yard line, here's the second down and 6.
They'll look to throw here.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted.
And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Now it's Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford.
And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Saints 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
So now, Charles, this drive may be a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
They're going to look to throw.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Rams will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements. Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. 2nd down and inches. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again. Flush to his right.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans.
A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Saints are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Groupie able to add the PAT.
And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. A final shot before the break. Stafford. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes.
And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
That one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Throw left side complete. That's Lane. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on the first down. Following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
And now Stafford's going to move him around. Finding Alvin Kamara for the completion. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Now Stafford.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So certainly a big mistake there, Charles. 1st and goal, and they throw the interception.
Oh, that's just agonizing for a team, because you still got at least 2, maybe 3 downs in your pocket. So if it's not there on 1st down, there was no sense in trying to force something. Instead, they turned the ball over.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game. And this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
2nd and 11.
Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Short completion, just 4 yards. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
They'll look to throw.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone, they throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up, you end up throwing a pick, everything goes awry. And now, points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out, I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless, too.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10. They'll get this out to Kamara.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty simple.
On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted.
It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one, because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
He takes this to the 15. A flashy juke. That got him a couple extra yards. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 15-yard line.
In motion right, Olave. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll try to run for it with Miller. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
It's 4th down.
He'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
4th and 2. They got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one. Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Got a minute. And the ball is knocked out. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Stafford. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Stafford now to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it.
Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Under pressure, they got him again. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need... Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 58 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Saints have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any point.
It's a foot race.
Down to the 10.
Touchdown, LA. A big play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Rams use the big play to extend their fourth-quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play.
2nd and 4. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Downfield, and he's got Olave.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Escaping the pressure right. And this one is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
On play action, they'll throw.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 15-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flushed out right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And Saints have cut it back within a score. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
Now Stafford.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
This has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, paired that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line. Stafford now to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room.
And he is going to have a Rams first down, and that should be the one that finishes this game off.
Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Stafford going to throw it.
Slant pass, it's Ferguson.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now Stafford. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Extra point attempt to follow here. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Rams 42, Saints 32.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Rams,
Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy.